Warning, this video is based off of my beliefs. There will be very small talk of religion in this video, and I mean very small. For those of you who do not like this type of topics, go ahead, do not watch this video, maybe it's not for you. Like I said, it'll be very minimal talk of religion. Also, again, this is my beliefs, so please be respectful to other people who have their different opinions on beliefs, but please keep an open mind to what this story is all about. Again, this is something that I feel like I wanted to share with you guys on Halloween because I thought it was fitting. Anyways, guys, here's the video. What's going on, people? It's the Witch Doctor, and happy Halloween, everyone. This is my favorite time of the year. I love Halloween. I love October. October and November are probably my favorite months. Not for Thanksgiving. I don't really care for Thanksgiving. But I love Halloween. I love the October weather. Fall is amazing. And even though Halloween is probably like once a year for everyone or a few people, for me it's every day, because as I look around my room here, I see quite a few very strange decorations that I have. So yeah, it's basically all year round for me. And I live right across the street from a graveyard, so if I look out my window, I could see the graveyard. Kind of cool, actually. Well, maybe not to some people, but anyways. Before I start, please have a very safe Halloween, guys. Sometimes people take advantage of this nice holiday and really ruin it for others, so please be safe out there. Watch your candy, I guess. Even I've never experienced anything with candy, but I've known people who have found objects in their candy, which is actually kind of scary. So please be careful. Anyways, so today's video is all about the origin of my name, the Witch Doctor, and where I got it from. If you guys don't know my real name, my name is David, and that should have been made clear in my GoFundMe thing, I believe, because it showed there on the page what my name was. And I am Hispanic. I am 100% Puerto Rican, and obviously different races of people have different beliefs, and some people will, I guess you can say Hispanics are very religious, and I will agree with that. I mean, I'm not saying that other races can't be super religious as well, but just from firsthand experience, I've seen how Hispanic people are with religion, and sometimes it can be rather annoying. To state right now, if you guys want to know if I believe in God, I don't know how to answer that as of yet, because I don't believe in religion. I will say that much for right now. I believe there is a higher power, yes, and I do believe in a God. But as of religion, I feel religion is completely just, they strayed away from what the whole point of what they're trying to preach. That's my thing. That's why I don't believe in most religion. I stopped going to church, all that, because religion to me spews nonsense. And if I'm offending someone right now with that, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is my opinion. And if you feel offended by this, again, I'm actually not sorry, because I warned you in the beginning, and I did say the religion talk will be to a minimal. That's why I want to get that out of the way right now. It's all on beliefs, guys. If you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. I can have just as much of an opinion as anyone else. Just please don't go slandering people in my comments if anyone actually does comment, but just let everyone have their own beliefs. Don't judge anyone. Be respectful. So, with that out the way, I rather just get into this video. So, if you're wondering why your screen is black, I did this on purpose. I was thinking of putting stuff in the background for you guys to watch. I'll probably have some eerie music in the background, yes, which is probably one of my favorite ones from Diamond and Pearl, which is the old chateau, and I like that music a lot. One of the reason why the video is black, or it's blank, darkness, obviously, no, I'm just kidding. I left it black because instead of giving you an actual video to watch, I want you to make the video. And what I mean by that is because since this is blank, and there will be no jump scares, guys, don't worry. No scary noise, no like loud noises or things like that. I want you to visualize the video yourself. Take the story like as if you were reading an actual book and put it into your head. That's what I want to do for you guys. So without further ado, let's get straight into the story. Like I said, I'm Hispanic. I come from a religious family. My parents are very respectful of what I believe and are very open-minded. They actually let me celebrate Halloween, and a lot of Hispanic parents actually don't let certain kids celebrate Halloween because of religion. They feel as if Halloween is a satanic day. I can see why they would say that, and I do disagree with that though completely, since most people of super strong religious beliefs are very ignorant. They do not see the truth in anything for what I've seen. And even if you explain things to them, they will shut it down because it does not follow their views. So I do have quite a few people in my family that are like that, and it's very sad because they don't know the truth about what the holiday really is about. It's to honor the dead. It's to honor the people we've lost, and to celebrate on this day their existence that they once had in this world. Not to mention, if you go back even further to what All Hallows Eve was about, it was basically for us dressing up as monsters in case the dead came back, to scare them away. That's what the whole point was, guys. For the candy thing, that was just the thing that they did. Or I've read so many theories about the candy stuff. Honestly, the candy to me doesn't matter. As a kid, yes, because I love candy, but as me now and all the dentist crap that I've been through, I'm perfectly fine. So I would talk to my mom a lot. She's very spiritual, and so am I. I do believe in the afterlife. I do believe in ghosts and certain things like that. My beliefs are very, I guess, superstitious, as a lot of people like to call it, and it's perfectly fine. I don't bash anyone for what they believe in, and you shouldn't bash me for what I believe in. Although you could go with the theory of, well, there's no proof, then it doesn't exist, kind of thing. But I've experienced very supernatural things in my lifetime, and I guess I won't say that for right now because, again, I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to tell you the origin of the name and why I chose this name. But these things tie into the reason why I chose this name. So, like I said, I've experienced very supernatural things, some good and some bad. The bad ones aren't actually anything too terrible, which I'm very thankful for. So I'm glad nothing bad has happened from it, just little scares. And here's where everything like starts to fall into place. So, like, again, so I'm Hispanic, so we have something called a bruja. And if you don't know what a bruja is, that's just the Spanish word for a witch. And in my family, there actually are some witches, which is actually something that it scared me at first, because obviously back then I did believe in things, but witches definitely weren't something that I believed in. And for good reason. Like, how can you believe in like stuff like magic and stuff and weird junk like that? So with the belief of magic and stuff like that, it's very weird to you. Like, you know, how could something like that exist? Well, I didn't believe it, and to this day I'm still 50-50 on it, but I've heard many stories from my mother. My mother has no reason to lie to me because she's experienced so much in dealing with this kind of stuff, and she passes those stories down to me, which I love hearing these stories all the time. So there are some in our family, and when you find out that someone is a witch in your family, they're shunned, because it gets to the point where I guess you can say dark or black magic, and that kind of magic is a double-edged sword. Let me break it down for you. In order for that magic to work, it's almost like if you've seen the anime Fullmetal Alchemist, it's equivalent exchange. You have to give something in return in order to use it. And the way that some witches bypass this equivalent exchange is that they have someone else take the exchange for them. So usually if you want something bad to happen to someone, something bad is going to happen to you. So how would a witch get rid of that? Well, she would put it onto someone else, but sometimes it only works with family members, which is the scary part. So, for example, let's say, we'll just put random names. Say Kathy. Kathy wants to put a curse on Brenda, right? But she doesn't want anything bad to happen to her. So Cassie tells her sister Maggie, and she tricks Maggie into doing something for her. So here's what a witch will do. They'll trick you into either receiving something for them or you to give them something. So maybe they need something like your hair. Say, hey, can I get some of your hair for something? I just want to see something. Or something like that. Something that's a part of you is what they need. The moment you say yes, you are now the recipient of the bad end of that spell. So now instead of the witch getting hurt with something, it's you instead. It is the person that agrees to help the witch. It's basically what that is. It's an agreement to help out this witch to cast this spell. And to me, that was very scary. Because to think about it, like, what if who do I trust in my family then? But my mother told me that I don't have to worry about that because they're shunned. Not only are they shunned, they're specifically, I guess they're branded in a way, because we know that that person now is a witch. Everyone in our family will find out. They will tell everyone, and they are forbidden to come near us. Like, they not that we can do anything about that. We just walk away from them. We completely ignore them, and they are shunned from the family. They do not exist. They're no longer part of our family line. So I thought about it, and that kind of thing is actually scary. How does one stop something like that? Who would you go to if someone cursed you and something like that? Like, what would you do? So, as I did research back then, throughout the years, I've noticed in history books of stuff in Africa. So, I'm going to go ahead and dive into a little bit of African history here too. And it's also in Hispanic people as well, not just Africans, but it mainly happened in Africa. There were witches there as well. And apparently they were way more powerful than more witches than like Hispanic ones or other ones. Like, these were some pretty hardcore witches back then. And, well, how would you get rid of a curse from a witch? And hence the witch doctor was born. A witch doctor is a shaman or a medicine man that not only heals you medicinally with like herbs and natural resources, like stuff to get rid of colds and stuff like that, but they also broke curses that were placed on you by a witch. That is the whole reason a witch doctor is here. That is what they're supposedly supposed to do. Now, some people view witch doctors as other things, because there are some bad ones apparently, and mainly it goes with voodoo. So again, it's like a double-edged sword, because it's not a double-edged sword, it's a two-sided kind of thing, because I guess you can put it this way. There's such a thing as a black witch and a white witch. A white witch is someone that has the powers of a witch's but is of pure good, I guess. And their magic doesn't harm, more benefits than anything else. So, let's see, how can I put it? A black witch would want you to surrender your power to you, right? Say, if they were talking to like a plant, right? A plant has many medicinal like powers. It can heal people, it can help enrich things like food and stuff like that. So certain plants have those kind of properties, right? A white witch would ask permission for you to lend the power to do these things, as if a black witch will seduce and forcibly take your power. And sometimes it's mainly not even by force, but it's more of you surrendering, forcing you to give them to your power to them. That's what I'm trying to say. And again, I'm pretty sure at this point you guys are all like, what are you even talking about now? Like, you are fucking crazy. But it is the truth. This is how I view it, and there are many examples that you can look up of how these things go into play. But I always looked at myself as someone that likes to help people, and that's why I actually picked the name The Witch Doctor, because There was an incident where I was, I believe, contacted by a witch. I won't say any names because I know some family members watch this, but they asked for my help. I completely ignored the message and moved on with my life because I was terrified. I was actually scared of something happening to me. And I believe my mother doesn't know, or maybe she does, because maybe some family members still keep in contact with them or just monitor them to see what they're doing. And they might have told my mom or something like that, so I wouldn't know because this was on the online message and stuff like that. Rather than show you the message, I won't do that because, again, I deleted it. There's no way for me to show it to you, and even if I did save it, I wouldn't want to show that because, again, to me, it is a very scary reminder, and also a good one as to why I have this name. The Witch Doctor is a name that is very meaningful to me. And if you're wondering where the 3 came from, it doesn't necessarily actually have a meaning at all. It isn't even for replacing the E. It is for replacing the E, but I did it so that even if the Witch Doctor, like with THE, wasn't taken on YouTube, it was easier to find me by putting the 3, because okay, that's how you know that that's the Witch Doctor. Most people call me Witch anyway, so you could just say Witch, and I don't take offense to that because of this story, because I actually do like witches and mythical things. Like I said, I'm into creepy things, so I love witches. My favorite mythical creature is actually the werewolf. I've always loved werewolves, and no, I'm not a furry. Not that there's anything wrong with you guys being furries or anything, I'm just saying I'm not. And werewolves and witches are definitely my favorites, along with some sea creatures, but that's where the name came from, guys. And again, it is, I want to be someone of help. And I know I talk about darkness sometimes and claiming the souls and other things like that when I go off on those tangents, but let me break down for you what darkness means to me. This will be the last part of the video, guys. Darkness to me isn't something bad. Darkness to me is where the truth lies. And what I mean by the truth, it is something that we can find the true answers in. Alright, so think of it this way. In darkness, you can't see. So if you met someone in the darkness, what do you go by? The actual person's personality, and not the visual of the person. We judge people for the way they look. And it is true. Because if you think about it this way, say if you're walking down the street and there's a group of black people walking on the same sidewalk you are, what do most people do? They cross the street. Why? Of fear that something's going to happen. Sometimes it doesn't even have to be a group of black people. Sometimes it could be one. Why? Because there is still such a thing as racism in this world, and it is very potent right now. You can see racism everywhere. But there is no such thing as segregation or racism or the judgment of looks in the darkness. Why? Because we can't see it. Because we can only go by what the person is by their personality, not from the way they look. Not to mention, when I say the darkness is where the truth lies, let me put it this way. The light, okay, is something that can be evil. Why? Because it can blind you. It blinds you from the actual truth of everything that's going on. The light, we're exposed to everyone else. We're put in this society that we have to live up to in order to socialize, in order to have friends, in order to fit in with certain people. And I don't like that. I don't like that you have to basically surrender yourself to this society in order to be noticed, in order to fit in order to be accepted. That's terrible. Because people should like you for who you are. Not for the certain things you have to do or for the social status that you have. I think being famous is terrible as well, because it's like, how would you find true love, right? Say if you were famous and you had quite a bit of money. How would you know that this person isn't there for you because of the money or because they actually like you? It's a scary thought, because how would you ever be happy? How could you be happy knowing that these thoughts can go through your head? How can you be happy knowing that what everything is being shown to you by other people is actually a lie? That is not their true intentions to actually be your friend, but the intention to be around you because of your wealth and your status. In the darkness, that is not something. You are your own person. People know you for you and not the way you look. One thing that I really don't like about the light is that how you see society now. The light is being cast onto us by a person or many other people. Things that we don't know. And what happens when you look beyond that light? Those people that are casting that upon us, right? They're in the darkness. And why? Because that is where the truth is. That is where you can see the truth of an actual person's intent. Sometimes the light, you see it as a good thing, but like I said, it can be blinding. Not to mention, it's almost like to keep an eye on us, to see what we're doing. And if you're wondering who's this person casting the light and stuff like that, and I'm not saying it's God or anything like that. Don't worry. I'm not saying that. There are things in our world that are being controlled by higher people, and that is what the light does. It keeps an eye on us. Rather than the darkness that they conceal themselves in, they don't know that we can also be in that darkness and see what they're really trying to push up to against us. They're really trying to show us what is the truth, or trying to push away the truth. So again, that is why my name is Th3WitchDoctor, guys. I want to be that medicine man, that person to help people when they need to, or to help them in their beliefs of certain things. Again, some people believe in supernatural things, and I do as well. I might have some advice on that, and I might not. I will leave that up to you guys. If you have an issue like that, I am willing to talk about it. My Discord will be in the description. Please go ahead and check it out. Now, if you guys actually watched this whole video, thank you. More have listened, because I left the video blank for you guys to use your imagination, the illusion of your own mind, to create the video yourself. You could say that's lazy on my part, and you're damn right it is, but it's more of, I wanted you guys to really think more than actually see something to distract you. I wanted you to really think about what I was saying. So with that said, guys, have a safe Halloween. Send me pictures on Twitter of what your costume is. I would love to see it. And until the next time, guys, happy Halloween and darkness.